From your lips to God's ear. Let's go. Is there a sign-in sheet? No? Okay. Oh, thank you, ma'am. You're welcome. Sorry. Thank you, ma'am. Uh-huh.
Good evening, everyone. I call the 2026 annual membership meeting of the McCurtain County Rural Water District Number 5 to order at 6 p.m. We've got a few board members that are not here. Lou being one of them is our secretary. So I will take a call of roll, confirm quorum. Jeff Wilson. Don Hinton. Kevin Perry. Fred. I have confirmed the quorum. Let the record reflect the quorum is present. Proof of the notice of the meeting. Notice was posted with the paper, Kirk County paper, Kirk County, Secretary of State, our Kirk County Rural Water 5 office and website. board members in voting on proposed amendments? All right, can I get a motion to be made that we open the polls?
Make a motion that we open the polls.
John, second. Thank you. All right, at the request, we're gonna move up comments, due to some confusion with our bylaw amendments.
Kevin, sorry. Y'all, you got a motion and a second, but y'all need to vote on opening the polls. You need to.
We did vote, or we did have, Chuck and, Dawn seconded, so take a roll call. Vote. Chuck Wilson,
Yes.
Dawn, Kevin, yes. Vote pass.
So that, can you just clear that up to help us all understand what that means for each one of those changes?
So that was just wording that was in there, that when we were reading through bylaws last year, we came across that. And it, the amendment is just removing, to me, it's outdated language, it's not applicable to rural water.
Okay,
We, as rural water, will continue to operate as we are today. That has nothing to do with the town taking over rural water, and has nothing to do with rural water taking over the town.
okay,
That's kind of the way I understood it, because really it makes sense to me, because it was, that last sentence, the board of directors of the district, meaning the rural water district, the way I read it, shall be the governing body of the town, which can't happen. So with, and we did, I don't remember what he said now, but we did, consult with our attorney on, before we struck that. That has nothing to do with trying to do anything with the town or against the town.
okay.
It was just language that we didn't like, so we struck that.
And I think those of us who have been attending meetings understood that, but others were confused, and that's why the questions were coming in. And then the second one about the ballots and the voting.
Is that the 60 and 90 day, is that where the,
So we understood the 60 and 90 days because that got pushed back so that there could be allowed for mail-in because needed the extra 30 days. That's correct, right? Okay, and then there was another part that got adjusted down a little bit further. I apologize, I don't have my copy in front of me.
see, when we got the right to vote, we're striking out just some of the, again, language that just doesn't need to be there. And it says at any annual, I think you could,
It's just the red, all it was the change.
yeah.
The red change brought it in, right? Because it's not striked out.
Yeah, red is being brought in, and like in that first, right to vote.
Right.
And we struck out D, because D didn't need to be there.
At any, yeah, okay.
And then service struck out, and then we added everything in red, just to help clarify, what was there. And it's to do also, we did the mail-in ballot.
This is for annual, so we haven't heard here to clarify anything with anybody on our website, right, if there's any questions.
So it's,
Well, no, they just won't understand like that language. They're just understand that, because there were some people out there, we thought there might be more people coming in that were gonna vote, in person. So we just wanted to clarify that, but yeah, I think that was the big thing is, we're not out to, we're part of the rural water. The only thing that we have, and as Sarah can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but what happened last year is we never changed anything on that. It was considered, I guess you could say by law, that's considered an individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an individual, my LLC is an individual, each LLC is an individual. So that's why they all get that vote. And if you have your deed with the file deed with the water department needs to have that name of that LLC on that deed to be able to do this. Now, I have listened to Sarah, and Sarah may again speak up if I'm saying anything wrong, but you know, again, this is new for us. So she's finding a few things that we missed, but not very many. I mean, but it's just one of those things where we're just moving into it, trying to get it right.
So for an example, last year, someone who was married but had two separate meters. We have that situation where somebody's married, they have two different meters, both of their names are on both meters. Last year, one was allowed to vote on one was allowed to vote on another. This year, they were told you only get one vote, doesn't matter, because you're married, you only get one vote instead of a vote per meter that you have that you pay for and that both of your names are on.
Last year was wrong.
Okay. The years before that, we all only got one vote anyway. So it didn't matter whether you had LLCs or whatever, which is what the confusion is. And there were so many votes. And last year, 2 board members were seated with those votes, and decisions were made on amendments with those votes. So the other question, which probably can't be answered today, but is a question that's standing out there, is that going to be audited, and how might that affect the change in the future? And that's not on the agenda, so you're probably not going to be able to answer that. But those are questions that came up, and I will tell you that that people did go up to the office to ask, but Sarah is not the person who's responsible for that. That's the board, and I didn't want to put her in the position of having to say yes or no, because that's not her. She's just following, the office staff are following orders of the board, right? And y'all are getting information from the attorneys. So it would be really important that, especially with this year, now we've got this extra confusion on LLCs, but has to be tied to a deed, and married couples now can't vote on their other properties, and so it changes. And then that last piece was, if they didn't sign their ballot properly, if they didn't understand how to fill out that ballot, that those are being tossed out. So, and they weren't notified. People may or may not have been notified, hey, your ballot was incorrect. Do you want to come fix it, or are we just tossing it out? And so those are some things that are coming in the future as questions, just to give y'all a heads up.
And anybody that has any questions like that, something that shouldn't be there, we're not on there.
Okay.
I talked to the attorney today about some stuff that shouldn't be in there. And I asked him, I said, why was it in there? And he goes, probably because of the way they did it years ago, and it's just never been taken out. And we have new ways of doing it now that were incorporated into the way we do it now, but they never took out the old.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So and again, last year there was just some things done that I don't know if people didn't know the right answer, but it's in our bylaws. If anybody has any questions, come to a meeting or go to the website and pull up the bylaws and we'll explain.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that, and thank you for moving it forward.
Good. All right. Welcome. That's it for your job. All right, yeah, so we moved that one up. And number 5, consideration for approval or rejection of the 2025 annual meeting minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the 2025 minutes or reject?
Huh? Yes. Kevin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Some of this is something new to me, which we did last year, but, we now need to have a vote of the members present. So, the membership is now being polled. All in favor of,
Now, is that under item 6?
all in favor of accepting the annual meeting minutes?
Oh, okay. Oh,
We don't-
need to go towards membership.
that's something that, again, that was new to me, that, we did it last year, So we'll have to do it again on the manager's report, but you'll read that.
Okay, so will I need to, when they're ready, just let me know, and will we need to poll or just do a vote, or just do a voice, and do it by
We'll
voice?
do it by voice. And then also on the annual audit.
Okay. And report manual and
And it's
on items 5, 6,
That's five, well, yeah, 5, 6,
7.
no, 5, 6, and
As a member, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from 2025's annual meeting.
all in favor, raise your
We'll need
hand.
a second on that one.
Also. Section of the manager's report. I don't know why we got it like that, but Dusty is supposed to present before we do that. Dusty.
Today, the Church County Rural Water District number 5 has approximately 195 miles of water service lines, providing an average of 68 PSI to its 3,813 members. The distribution system is supported by 1.5